friends. Today is indeed a good day. I can love you and be your friend, even if we think differently, believe differently, act differently, look different, or come from different places in life. You are welcome here. With that in mind, let's get our day started together. Let's slow down together each morning to contemplate valuable precepts and how we might apply these in our thoughts, words, and actions today, and how they might grow into practices, habits, and even ways of life, so that our life's example is rooted firmly in core values that are a benefit to ourselves and to all around us.
What is integrity? This is our question today. Integrity is the precept that we will dive into. So let's nail down what integrity is. Integrity isn't just knowing and espousing certain principles. It isn't just about practicing and going through the motions of adherence to principles. It is about an inner essence of a person. It is about a firmness and a sound footing that won't be shaken. It is an inner grit and wholeness that is tested and proven. It's easy to understand someone with integrity's principles just by watching how they live. They don't even have to tell us. This is integrity. Honesty is a requirement for integrity, especially honesty when that honesty seems to come at a cost. People with integrity follow through on their commitments and can be trusted. Someone with integrity doesn't just work for the next raise or recognition, but they work hard because providing value is part of who they are. Those with an inner integrity will accept accountability for their actions and will hold themselves accountable, looking for ways to grow and improve, not hiding from responsibility. When someone has integrity, they will help others who are in need. They are patient with others, and they have learned to be patient with themselves. They are grateful and gracious and respectful of others. What is integrity? A successful businessman was growing old and knew it was time to choose a successor to take over the business. Instead of choosing one of his directors or his children, he decided to do something different. He called all the young executives in his company together. He said, "It's time for me to step down and choose the next CEO. I've decided to choose one of you." The young executives were shocked, but the boss continued, "I'm going to give each one of you a seed today, one very special seed. I want you to plant the seed, water it, and come back here 1 year from today with what you have grown from the seed I have given you. I will then judge the plants that you bring, and the one I choose will be the next CEO." One man named Jim was there that day, and he, like the others, received a seed. He went home and excitedly told his wife the story. She helped him get a pot, soil, and compost, and he planted the seed. Every day he would water it and watch to see if it had grown. After about 3 weeks, some of the other executives began to talk about their seeds and the plants that were beginning to grow. Jim kept checking his seed, but nothing ever grew. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks went by, still nothing. By now, others were talking about their plants, but Jim didn't have a plant, and he felt like a failure. 6 months went by. Still nothing in Jim's pot. He just knew he had killed his seed. Everyone else had trees and tall plants, but he had nothing. Jim didn't say anything to his colleagues. However, he just kept watering and fertilizing the soil. He so wanted the seed. A year went by, and the CEO asked the young executives to bring their plants to work for inspection. When Jim told his wife that he wasn't going to take an empty pot, she asked him to be honest about what happened. Jim felt sick to his stomach. It was going to be the most embarrassing moment of his life, but he knew that his wife was right. He took his empty pot to the boardroom. When Jim arrived, he was amazed at the variety of plants grown by the other executives. They were beautiful in all shapes and sizes. Jim put his empty pot on the floor, and many of his colleagues laughed. A few felt sorry for him. When the CEO arrived, he surveyed the room and greeted his young executives. Jim just tried to hide in the back. "My, what great plants, trees, and flowers you've grown," said the CEO. "Today, one of you will be appointed the next CEO." All of a sudden, the CEO spotted Jim at the back of the room with his empty pot. He asked Jim to come to the front of the room. Jim was terrified. He thought, "The CEO knows I'm a failure. Maybe he'll have me fired." When Jim got to the front, the CEO asked him what had happened to his seed. Jim told him the story. The CEO asked everyone to sit down except Jim. He looked at Jim and then announced to the young executives, "Behold your next chief executive officer, Jim." Jim couldn't believe it. Jim couldn't even grow his seed. How could he be the next CEO, the others said. Then the CEO said, "1 year ago, I gave everyone in this room a seed. I told you to take the seed, plant it, water it, and bring it back to me today. But I gave you all boiled seeds. They were dead. It was not possible for them to grow. All of you, except Jim, have brought me trees and plants and flowers. When you found that the seed would not grow, you substituted another seed for the one I gave you. Jim was the only one with the courage and honesty to bring me a pot with my seed in it. Therefore, he is the one who will be the new chief executive officer." We ask, what is integrity? This story is a wonderful story about integrity. When we face a challenge, will we step outside of the rules? Will we step outside of the bounds of what is right to fake it, to be dishonest, to pretend? Or will we stand firmly on what we know is right? This is a pretty grand story with an amazing reward. Many times, maintaining our integrity doesn't come with an appointment or a reward so grand as a CEO title. But it does matter. If we start taking little steps of compromising our integrity, before long, we'll find ourselves used to compromising our integrity. We'll find ourselves used to dishonesty. We'll find ourselves used to all kinds of things that are not good for us and are not good for those around us. Integrity is a beautiful treasure. Integrity is not usually easy. If you want the easy path, you can choose it. And in the short term, it may pay off. These folks in this story thought that in the short term, that they probably saw that their seed wasn't growing. And they thought to themselves, well, let me examine this seed, find out exactly what kind of seed it was. Probably examined it and found out, oh, well, this is a blah, blah, blah seed. They may have decided, well, I'm going to go out and get 10 more seeds that are the same type of plant, and I'm going to grow all of them. And then the seed that produces the most beautiful type of this plant, right? I'm talking about things that we might do business-minded or from a strategy, right? So let me plant 10 of them, and then at the end of the year, I'll give him the best one of those. And they don't realize that their strategy, their dishonesty, that they think will help them get ahead, in the end will not. You might not always see the immediate benefit of maintaining your integrity. You may in your workplace or home or around your friends, there may be pressure applied to you to compromise your integrity. It's never worth it in the end. It is a shortcut to a destination that you're not interested in, even when it seems the best choice is the quick and easy. I don't know that I always believed that. When I was young, I thought that it worked differently for me. I thought that I was the one that could cheat and get ahead, or that I could take the shortcut and there wouldn't be a consequence for me. But I tell you, the consequences will find you out. Life has taught this to me time after time again. And I now know, not just out of blind hope, not just out of a blind choice, but out of proven time after time, integrity is the way you want to go. Because integrity is sowing into your life, little by little, you are planting something. And what you are planting will be reaped later. So this is what we'll chew on. Clearly, I don't always get integrity right. Otherwise, I would not need to study it this deeply and be reminded of it every day. But I hope that I take one more step to choose integrity today, that it will be planted yet again, that I will prepare the soil of my life to receive this seed of integrity today, that I won't just cast it away to the side and I hope that it'll grow up. I hope the same thing for you, my friends. I hope that, and you know what, if we're studying this and you remember something you did yesterday, just like I can pick out, that was not the perfect example of integrity, shame is not the answer. The choice to learn from that and move forward. Take one step, start planting the right thing, and you will reap. I love you, my friends. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday and weekend. And we'll see you again soon. Take care.
Good
morning. Good morning. Yeah, yeah. Good morning. It's a new day. Today's a new day. So give him praise.